record. Kind of walk you through a little bit of what we're doing. Have we done a data
I don't think so.
dive before? Okay, so generally what I try and do is after the first private session, after a month's completed, we'll sit down for 15-ish minutes and just kind of go over your data. Just kind of take a look at what you did the previous month, where's that trending, what do we need to work on, what do we need to focus on. This is also where we'll kind of like put together almost like a plan for you when you do warm-ups in groups. So like what would be a good drill for this? What would be a good tool for this? What would be a good variable for this? That kind of thing, okay? Feel free to ask questions on anything. We'll kind of just go a little back and forth on a few things. I'm recording this. One, I want to be able, for us to be able to look back at this. Two, I want to be able to send it to your parents just so that way if they are interested in like, what are you doing when you're over at Connors? It's like, oh, this is part of it. And then the other thing is, not many other places I think do this, and if they do, I don't know if it's like to this level of detail. So I kind of want to also showcase that a little bit as well. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So we'll just go over, let's go to, boom, here we are. So we are in November now. So I want us to look over October, and we can compare that to September as well. Now, one of the few things I want to make mention, if you notice, October was a bat speed month, so that's where we're focusing on bat speed that month. September was a bat to ball, so that's where we're focusing on more of just the bat to ball side of things, not necessarily 100% caring about trying to swing fast all the time. Just want to make sure that we're making contact. I know it's been a few weeks since October, but do you remember like how did October feel?
I didn't get really in until like near the end of the month, and then I kind of like remember from September it carried over, and it was like we were talking about like I wasn't like swinging as hard. I remember that. I don't know why, but yeah.
Beautiful.
That's what I remember.
So we'll look at it October. Now to preface this, all right, like I don't want to make it seem like, you know, this is through hundreds and hundreds of batted ball, this data. September you were in once, and then October twice. So it's not like this is like a shit ton of data and this is who you are. So there's a lot of variability about this as well, but just kind of for us to look at. November through July, and with this being the first time, we'll kind of do it maybe a little bit deeper of a dive. This is you November through July. Okay, and obviously it wasn't an every month occurrence, and that was okay. And also when I say every month occurrence, I'm going off of how many times we used Rapsodo in your session. That's what I'm referencing, okay? So like you came in April, but we just didn't use Rapsodo, so I'm not counting that as a session necessarily, because I want us to have a good idea about this information over on this side, okay? But I go through on this side over here. We have November through July. So it's the average of all of these numbers for every month. Just so that way we can kind of get an idea of, are we getting better or worse from the first few months of training to where we're at now. All right. So November through July, you were at 54.4 average bat speed. All right. So right around the average of where you were at in September. Now, when we did have a bat speed focused month, we did go up to 57.4. So our average bat speed did increase, all right? Your max bat speed did increase. So big fans with all of that information, all right? How swing-wise were you feeling faster in October? Was it just being a little bit more comfortable? Kind of walk me through how you felt.
Just being more confident and comfortable really helped. Just knowing that I can swing as hard as possible, really.
Good.
But yeah.
Money. I love that. Moving on, rotation-wise, we're around the same. So we're like rotating around the same, but we are moving a slight faster in October. I'm a big fan of that. I like that. All right. Attacking-wise, this is where we're going to start seeing like a bigger difference in a lot of the stuff. So similar attacking or VBA, so vertical bat angle. I do like this VBA a lot more. I like the -35. All right. And do you recall vertical bat angle, what that is? If not, it's okay.
No, not really.
No worries. So, do I have a trusty bat? All right. So, essentially, attack angle is looking at essentially the angle of, not exactly, but a better way to describe it is like the angle of how the hands move through the zone. It's like exactly how the barrel does, but attacking like a high attack angle, the hands are going to go and the barrel is going to go from like low to high. Negative is going to go from high to low, and it's not exactly how the hands are moving, but like to kind of give a better visual understanding of it, that's how it is. Vertical bat angle is just going to be the angle of that bat while it's moving through the zone. That is what vertical bat angle is. So you had a 35, so that's going to be a little bit more angled down, which I'm a fan of, versus this last month you were at negative 28, which is a little bit flatter. Now, negative 28, 30 is kind of like the number I want a lot of people averaging. So it's not like the end of the world that you're at 28.
Yeah.
It's that we had a 7-degree difference. That is a large change.
Yeah.
So it's not that 28, I'm scared of 28. It's the 7-degree difference in those two. I would like, if you had to pick one or the other, I would rather you err on the side of 35 than 28. It's not the end of the world that you're at 28. And normally that does happen with bat speed. So a lot of the time when you're trying to think faster, a lot of the time the bat's going to get a little flatter. Now what VBA is essentially looking at is, yes, it's the angle of the bat through the zone, but when we have a 35, it's a lot easier to stay through that ball.
Right.
When you start getting to like the negative 15, negative 10s, that's when you see where it's just a pure yank. There is no ability to keep the barrel essentially moving through the zone. So that's where we're at with that. I like your 8 attack angle though. So like if I had to pick September or October between those two, I'd pick October. I'll take the 8 attack angle and the 28 VBA far more over the 3 attack and 35 VBA right now. Now, if you were at a Power 4 program in college and you're seeing like mid-9s consistently, let's get to that 3 and negative 35. Let's do that. But right now, we're not seeing mid-9s. I think that you're going to be able to stay below 10 for you. I don't want you getting above 10. I think 8 is a good number. If you found a happy spot at 6, I wouldn't be upset.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Beautiful. How do you feel about path-wise? So like attack angle and vertical bat angle is going to be like a lot more path.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your path over the last couple months?
I think
Now
it's
that we kind of talked
definitely
about
gotten
it.
better.
Good.
Compared to like the last year, like the November through July, and like the last 2 months that have started to come more and more. It's been a lot better, but yeah.
Good. Moving on, we're going to look at average exit velocity. Holy smokes. Look at the difference in these. So you went from averaging 61.8 to 65.8. 4 mile an hour increase. That's huge, brother. That's huge. Top 8th did go down. All right, so where I think, and your max went down. Where I think this is a factor is just the amount of sessions you came in.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of the time a database won't stabilize until you get to about like 150, 200 data points.
Right.
That is like one of the things that is the goal of the group membership is like on average when guys come in, so like let's see. Well, this doesn't show number of swings. So on average, guys will come in and like for every group session you come in, you'll get about 20 swings.
Right.
That's 20, 21 swings, okay? If you're able to accomplish that 3 times a week, and I know we offer 4 times a week, but let's say you do that 3 times a week, we're looking at 60 swings a week. You do that over 4 times in a month. Now we're looking at about 100 or 240 swings.
Right.
That's where that goal of that, so that way it can kind of stabilize every month. That would make it to where I'm like feel really confident about like the changes that if we were making swing adjustments, I wouldn't be able to go and be that confident with how many sessions we had. I'm not saying anything. It's just I don't want you to look at this and be like, well, what's going on with this being way different, and then all of a sudden that's higher than that though. It's like, well, that was just like the one side.
Yeah.
If we get more in, I feel confident that this would carry over into all of this and stuff like that. Same page?
Yeah.
Now, we can start looking at like the shape of the balls that you're hitting. So last month, hard hit launch angle. So on average, you're about 10 degrees right of second base. And then your average launch angle was 27. Previously, you were 0, so like right over second base, and a launch angle of 20. Again, this is only with a couple of sessions, so that's going to be very different if we were to have a lot more sessions. Top eighth horizontal launch angle. So this means you're hitting it 14 degrees left of second base at a 2-degree launch angle, and this is where it gets pretty cool. 4 degrees left of second base at a 17 launch angle. That is massive, dude.
Yeah.
Massive. And you're going to see it over in here. Okay, so ropes percentage, bombs percentage. So ropes percentage is essentially when you hit a top eighth between 5 and I believe it's 15 degrees launch angle.
Okay.
A bomb is going to be 15 to 25 degrees launch angle. So as you're seeing, you hit the ball way harder in the air in October than you did compared to September. So a fourth of your hits were in the air and hard in the top eighth in October. That's pretty freaking sweet. And then almost 50% of your swings that you took in October was almost the top eighth. That's pretty sweet. And that's where you're going to see that this average be pretty high, pretty nice. I like that. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions on any of that?
No.
Okay. What for us, I think we need to try and work towards. Well, let me ask you that. What, after looking at this, and obviously I'll put in my 2 cents as well, so it's not just what are we doing, Finn, and then rolling from there. But what would you like to see out of yourself? What would you like to see be improved upon with this?
I guess like top 8 and just like average EV, really.
Okay, and what about top eighth? You want to increase it?
Yeah.
Okay, and when you're looking at who did I do that with? Was that Tom? When you're looking at top eighth, is it just like the exit velocity you want to increase? You want to change your launch angle with top eighths? You want to change your horizontal with top eighths? You want to change your hard hit percentage? Like what? And if it's all of the above, then you can say all of the above. But what about those things that you want to change? What about top eighth? What top eighth?
Probably just like the hard hit, especially. Just having like more hard hit balls. And then I think like the launch angle was pretty good, right? So
Yeah, I'm a big fan of where that launch angle was at.
yeah.
Big fan. Anything else?
No.
I would say I agree, and we'll go over these goals here in a second. I agree. I think for you, I would say I don't necessarily need you trying to, like, obviously I would like more bat speed out of you.
Yeah.
I would like more bat speed out of everybody. So it's not like just a thin thing. Now, I don't need necessarily more bat speed out of you. Few players where it's like, hey, for you to just get into the boxing arena, like you got to get more just to even dance, okay? You're in a spot where like that's not necessarily the case. Would you benefit from more bat speed? More than likely. Do we want to lose bat speed? No. Like if anything, if we were to say where you're at, I think we're in a good spot. I think the bigger thing for us is just continuously working on like when you do make contact, are we more in this range or in this range kind of thing?
Right.
And like we've discussed it, it's not just like you're slapping the ball on the ground because you just got done with 12U and that's like the only way you could get on, you actually like have good enough speed where like it can be kind of a part of your game plan a little bit.
Yeah.
So there are a few other guys where it's like you can't bank on that anymore, dude. You can a little bit, okay? Now I don't want to make it seem like
Only do that.
yes. I want to make it to where your miss hits are like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want our A swing to be let me hit a ground ball. I want your B and C swing to be, oh snap, I hit a ground ball. I guess I can go run this out. You know what I mean? Like I kind of envision you as like the possibility of like very similar to like a Byron Buxton, like good speed, decent contact, can hit the ball out of the park, but it's not like every swing you're going to hit out of the park.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm kind of envisioning you for, and so like I said, don't need necessarily crazy amount of more bat speed.
Right.
I would say I would like everything to be at least like 54.
Right.
Like I don't want you to go down below like 55. But if you're averaging 57, 58, I think that puts you in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
And then keep working to have this between 5 and 10. Having this like I'll give you a 28 to 32, 35, kind of in that range. And just go from there. Try and keep this above 10. I think you're playing in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think you're right.
Money. Final thing I do want to go over, and by the way, dude, I just want to give you kudos. You are killing it on the challenge.
Thank you.
Killing it. So proud of you, dude. I'm really really want you to get it so bad. Obviously, like, I can't pull any strings, but like,
Yeah.
it would be so nice to have the person that actually has done it every single fucking day to be the one that like, oh, hey, by the way, like, you do get it. Technically, anyone that does it one day,
Right. Yeah.
I'd like to see you get it though.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We are in November. What's your current weight right now?
Should I just go check?
Yep. Go weigh in real quick.
Exactly.
On the dot. On the dot. Sweet. So, if we're at 150 there, what would you say by February of 2026? So this upcoming February, what would you like to try and be?
159.
How many calories are you taking in right now per day?
Probably somewhere around like 3,000.
Okay. Do you feel like that would be the same calorie goal you want, or would you like to see that increased, dropped?
I mean, I think that's pretty good for me right now.
Let's try that. And then essentially we'll check back in February. We'll see what your current weight is, and then we'll go from there. Okay? Top 8th EV. Let's see, what is it again? 73.1. By February, what would you like it to be?
76.5.
I think you'd do more.
More?
Because you've been at 77.5 7, and then
Oh, yeah.
your previous 9 was 76.
I think I can get like 79.
I think you can do 79. You're obsessed with 9s. Now, for you to do this, how much attendance per month would you like to see yourself be able to have to obtain this goal? Like what ballpark would you like to say, hey, to attain this goal, I think I would need to come in this many times per month to be able to attain that?
I think like 16, 18.
Per month?
Yeah,
So that's 4 times per week.
yeah. I just think 16's, yeah.
Is that what we're going to start doing?
I think so.
Oh, baby, let's fucking go, son. Okay. Let's go. Now, I'm not saying that that's impossible. Evan does it. T does it. Like, all the other guys do it.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Fire me up. Let's go. All right. So we're at 16. Love that. Average bat speed wise, what would you like to see yourself be able to attain by October? Just kind of give you a mark, 55, 55, 57. What would you like to see to be able to attain that?
Like a 58.5, I think.
Money? Oh, wait. Whoops. One sec. 58.5. And I'll put us at 57. Sweet. Now, how many swings do you think that's going to take for you to be able to do that per month? So if you're coming in 16 times in a month,
Maybe like,
you take about, let's say, 20 swings per session.
right. It's like 320-ish, so I'd say like around, I don't know, definitely more than like 250, for sure.
Like it. Here, yeah, 320. Quick math. Good job.
Thanks.
So you say 250?
Yeah, definitely more than that, but yeah.
So you want to say 270?
Yeah,
300?
sounds good.
Boom. Money. There you are, sir. All right. So we got our goals, and we'll check back in here in February, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll check in August. And the idea behind it is I want us to be able to kind of check in before
Right.
each season. In my opinion, August is like right before we kind of start rock and roll, whether you're playing fall or if we're just going to be doing off-season stuff. And obviously, February, you got spring season.
Right.
Feel good with everything?
Yeah.
Money,
it.
dude. Let's get ready to rock.